It's the J Spotlight. You're listening to the J. Anthony Brown Show.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, J. Anthony Brown, for the J. Anthony Brown Radio Show. A lot of times I have guests on the show, and I'll say, I know this guy, and a lot of people go, he lying, he don't know the man. I really know this dude. Y'all please put your hands together for my play cousin, London Brown. Y'all, what's up with you, man?
How are you, man? How are you?
Man, tell everybody how you got this role, because it's, people, we come to LA to get what we get. And how did you get this role?
This whole thing started, I was, how to do that? I was, with this project, I had just finished, we had Rap Ballers, kind of close to this time last year. And then, dig this, my agents at the time, long story short, they just hit me with the, hey, we're too big of an agency, we got to let you go. I said,
they
okay,
let you go?
Let me go. And I get it. I got so many agents, horrific agent stories. But anyway, they say, yo, it's still, because everybody sleeps on you in the beginning when things look dim and low and they can't see anything. I know. But it's all good. So anyway, we parted ways. And so the show ended. Now I'm agentless. And then in between this time last year, September, December, I go off to go shoot Tales from the Hood 3. And I think that just came out this week. But then I also went to go shoot American Soul, where I played Boosie Collins. So right. I got these two projects that I'm in the middle of doing. After that, my manager found an agent who was interested in working with me. We connect. He said, look, I got an audition for you. At the time, I didn't know what the project was, because sometimes they put a fake title to protect the movie. So I just got it, auditioned for it, put it on tape. Mid-December, we go to the Christmas break. We come back, and I'm going through the agency to meet everybody, because this is a brand new agency. So everybody was familiar with my work from Ballers. So everybody was working for me. There was really good energy. In that process, they told me, say, hey, man, you got a callback. So I'm going through several callbacks. And then like February, they told me that I landed the part. Less than a week later, I go and get a physical. I find a place, and I move out to New York. I was only here for about a month. Then the pandemic. So we got one episode in the can, and then the pandemic hit. So I moved back to LA, and then I'm back here now. So I mean, the short answer is God did it.
Right.
I was just prepared,
That's the answer for me with everything I've done, man. I mean, I've just been blessed, sometimes you get stuff you're not even thinking about it. And I've learned from me to go do an audition, do it. And then when you put the script down, let it go, because you can't go, oh, if I get this, I'm going to pay my rent and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to give my mama some money. And none of that works, man. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right. Who is this?
This is Angela Davis.
Hey, Angela, how you doing?
Also known as Eloise from P Valley.
Okay, I'm in an interview right now. I'll call you back because I watch P Valley, so I gotta put you on hold.
Okay, that works.
All right, thank you so much. Yes.
All right. Good luck, London.
Thank you, sister.
Out there, be killing it. I love it.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah. Man, it's too much technology, London. It really is. It's just too much.
And I didn't know I was gonna be talking to you directly.
Yeah, I got it. Well, man,
this is great, man. I miss you. I miss my buddy, man.
Yeah. How have you been doing comedy, or have you just stepped away from it altogether, and doing it online, or what?
Yeah, I've done a couple Zoom shows. Them Zoom shows are not.
They don't. Yeah.
That's not it for me. I do because I know some people enjoy this stuff, but the reason I even do stand-up is because I came from theater, and the whole thing about theater is that live connection reaction with the audience. So when I realized that I can get that same idea from stand-up, I was like, oh, this is really the lane. It's be connect and get that thing right. Then it's that communication. So Zoom, sometimes you get a delay, and people, it's just, I don't care for it at all. I'm doing because my friends asked me, and like sometimes people want to get kind and they want to pay, so I'll do it. But I'm like, man, I don't want to do it. That's
I have not done a Zoom comedy show. I don't know if and I've been getting calls to come back in comedy clubs because I know a lot of comics are going back out there. Number one, they miss the stage, and number two, a lot of them need the money. You know, I'm blessed that I'm not in that position, but I don't know if I can do Zoom. I just don't know.
It's not where it's at. It's not where it's at. And honestly, I don't really think you're missing anything. I think the people who have been able to do stand up and work them in the clubs, you know, we're talking about how much they're enjoying it. That's because they're in the club. Zoom is not where it's at. It's
not. It's not.
Because also too, I mean, it's already hard enough to make a room laugh of people who don't, in my position, who don't know me and all that kind of thing. It's hard to do it in person. Zoom, they can't get your expressions because some of them, if they technology is poor, like I said, between delays and it's pixelated, I don't care for it at all.
Yeah, well, you know, man, I've always liked your comedy, man. Where can people keep up with you, and when you gonna write your book? Because it's time to write that book now, man. You need to get that book out now. All right. Man,
I know I gotta figure something out, man. I'm at Real London Brown, and you know that's everywhere. But I'm always online. I'm always interacting with people, and yeah, I'm gonna figure out something. I'm working on a book of photography right now. Basically, I'm photographing the homeless people because I do a lot of work with the homeless because I know, not that I was homeless, but have always been around street people, and my mother used to let people stay with us. I don't know what the connection is, but I always try to do what I can for other people. But also, I try to give to make sure I keep my heart in check. So I'm always dealing with the homeless. And anyway, I am working on that book for them. But I probably will write something. I need a couple big movies, and then I'll make
yeah. Well, you got Baller, you got a couple of movies under your belt, so you'll be able to put that book together. Speaking about the homeless, I mean, it's just a little thing I do whenever I give a homeless person money. It's just something I do. Instead of just giving them the money, I always ask what their name is and where they're from, and kind of get a little story from them. And I'm like, where you from? And it's amazing what you get back. You get a reaction that a lot of people are not aware of. That the person, first of all, they can talk, they can speak, they see you, and it's just a little bit of conversation that I go back and forth with them when I do see a homeless person, and especially in LA, we know why we have so many homeless people here. It's the weather. The weather is it's an attractive thing. You know, if you go to New York during the wintertime, you might freeze to death, but you know, it very seldom gets that cold here in LA, so it's unexplainable. And I always tell people, if you start to feel sorry for yourself, go feed the homeless, and that'll snap your ass out of it real quick if you can. Real quick.
And also piggybacking on what you're saying, that's part of the book, the idea of the book that I'm working on, which is the same thing. When I would feed them, before I even photographed them, I would feed them. That opens up the conversation. And I realized that a lot of people aren't out there just on because of drugs and crime.
A lot of them aren't, yeah.
People have gone through divorce, and they went through a depression, economically, lost their jobs.
Anything.
That's a whole lot of talented people down there.
Yes,
in fact,
yes.
I cut hair the way I do now because of an ex-dope fiend and convict. So I've always been connected with street people, and I don't put nothing, you know, I respect them. My hashtag that I use is the homeless are people too. And I think sometimes people forget that, and they get caught up in, like you said, we get caught up complaining about what we got. I'm like, there's people out there who ain't, especially like you said, I'm in New York. I mean, it ain't like LA. People, you know, you can really die out here in these streets. So
yeah.
I keep my heart in check, man, but I appreciate you.
The funniest thing a homeless person ever said to me, I was in Chicago, and I'm going in, are you familiar with Harold's Chicken?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Harold's Chicken. The homeless lady sitting outside. She said, sir, when you go inside, would you bring me an orange soda, a wing, and a thigh? I said, yes, I will. And so I go in, I brought her a grape soda, and I think I brought her 2 drumsticks. I come out, I give it to her. She said, hey, this ain't what the fuck I ordered at all. I went back in there and got what she wanted, because she was right. She made an order and I didn't get it.
Hey, at this point, I'm telling you, they're very vocal. You know, I gave some money away, and the brother held the money up. I said, well, I'm not. Come on, I'm not. Hey, I'm just trying to be a blessing. They get interesting, but again, at the end of the day, that's why even when I give, I try to tell other people when they ask you for money, whatever, and if it's on your heart to give, then don't worry about if they're going to use the money for what they said. If they said, I need some food, and they ask for some money, your job is not to be concerned about what they
do with it.
Just be obedient and give them, and that's between them and God. What they do with it, you did your part. Release responsibility. Because otherwise, just
I remember me and George Wallace were walking down the street, and a homeless guy approached us, and George Wallace gave him $20. He said, "Look, you take this money and you buy some beer or wine with it. If I find out you buy some food with it, I'm gonna come back and whoop your ass."
Oh man, shout out to George Wallace.
All right, man. You be good. Stay safe, man.
Hey, man,
Good talking to you.
Man.
The J Spot.